on time, 45 million people dealing with student debt. Families can't afford child care for their kids. We have 600,000 people who are homeless in America, including people a few blocks away from the United States Capitol. Rich are getting much richer. Middle class continues to shrink. And if you want to talk about...
I know many of you are wondering whether all Americans will be receiving a fourth stimulus check this month. So, here's the most important news on this. With prices increasing due to inflation and growing concern about the economy going into a possible recession, more than a dozen states are looking to send money to taxpayers in the form of tax refunds and relief checks as a way to ease the strain on their wallets. To help residents, some states are looking at statewide child tax credits and a gas tax holiday to bring gas prices down at the pump. This follows the federal government issuing 3 rounds of stimulus checks during the economic downturn caused by the crisis. Up to 23 million Californians can expect to receive a one-time inflation relief check starting this October, called a middle-class tax refund by Governor Gavin Newsom. Eligible families can look for up to $1,000, and New Mexico is sending out several waves of tax rebates and economic relief checks to those who qualify. The New Mexico first rebate went out in May and June, with more going out this month and August. Colorado Governor Jared Polis also announced that Colorado taxpayers will get more of their hard-earned money back, with $750 going back to individuals and $1,500 to joint fathers this summer. People in Colorado have until June 30th to file their taxes to receive the tax rebate this summer. These tax rebates are money already owed by people in Colorado and are getting back to them nearly a year quicker. Now that's thanks to a bipartisan law signed by the governor. The Colorado Cashback Tax Rebate is one of the steps that the Polis administration is taking to save people in Colorado money and put money back into the pockets of hardworking people. The Hawaii governor also signed a new bill into law. The bill puts more money directly into the accounts of Hawaii residents. The governor first proposed a tax refund in his 2022 State of the State address, given the strong revenue projections, and state legislature was able to increase the amount that will be returned to the taxpayers. The plan provides a tax refund of $300 for taxpayers who earn less than $100,000 a year, or couples earning less than $200,000. Taxpayers who earn more than $100,000 will receive $100. The Idaho State Tax Commission also started issuing 2022 rebates this year. The rebates automatically go to people who were full-year Idaho residents for 2020 and 2021. Now, this includes people who filed grocery credit refund returns, and the rebate amount is either $75 per taxpayer and each dependent, or 12% of their taxes for 2020. The Indiana governor also announced a plan that will return a total of $1 billion to Indiana residents. Each taxpayer will get about $225 in addition to $125. There is some good news, everybody. Up to $350 relief payments have been officially proposed in Congress. Millions of Americans are eligible to receive a new monthly stimulus check. These payments will be automatically deposited. Now, a proposed plan from Senate Republicans would restart the monthly child tax credit payments, but with some new limitations. Republican Senator Mitt Romney of Utah and Richard Burr of North Carolina have proposed the Family Security Act 2.0. The act will provide a fully paid monthly cash benefit for working families modeled on those sent during the second half of 2022. Under the plan, families would receive up to $350 for each child 0 to 5, up to 5 years old, and $250 a month for children ages 6 to 17. Previously, families were eligible for up to $300 a month, payable in 6 monthly installments, with the remainder claimed at tax time. These monthly installments are part of a broader series of stimulus measures passed during the crisis. It expired at the end of 2021 and reverted to a $2,000 tax credit for children under age 17. According to lawmakers, the Family Security Act 2.0 creates a new national commitment to working families by modernizing and simplifying federal policies into a monthly cash benefit. The plan is fully paid for by consolidating existing federal spending. CNBC News reported that the payments will be funded via cuts to the phase-in and maximum credit available for single parents and married couples with children through the Earned Income Tax Credit, which provides tax breaks to low and moderate income workers. The cuts could result in estimated annual savings of $46.5 billion. The bill also calls for the elimination of state and local tax deductions, a savings of $25 billion a year, and getting rid of household filing status, which would have saved about $16.5 billion. Eliminating the child portion of the Child Independent Care Credit would cut another $4.7 billion annually. Under the current child tax credit, children and families with little to no income receive only some of the credit or no money at all. And today, Mitch McConnell heightened and highlighted a new poll showing that 93% of working-age Americans rate the economy as poor or fair, declaring that Democrats are unifying the country in unhappiness. McConnell pointed out a key finding of a poll published today, which also showed that President Biden had a paltry 33% job approval rating.
What do you mean negotiation? What do you want to negotiate? We're not going to negotiate a woman's right to choose. Senator Murkowski and Senator Collins may have their view, but it is not a view that is one about a woman having the right to decide. And so we're not negotiating that, no. Well, we're not, people don't like it when we say vote. In 100 days, people will be voting. Fewer than 100 days, people will be voting. And we have to elect a couple more Democratic senators so that we can get around the filibuster, so that we can pass legislation that truly impacts a woman's right to choose. But there's not a halfway measure. It can't be a little bit pregnant in this. It has to be a real measure that protects a woman's right to choose. And so, no, it's not for negotiation. What are you going to negotiate? What are you going to negotiate? Whether a woman can have contraception? Is that a cause for negotiation? Whether people can have birth control? Yes or no? A little bit here, a little bit there. No. Look, you're in my wheelhouse now because I have 5 children, 6 years and 1 week. God blessed us with that. And Republicans sometimes have said on the floor, Nancy Pelosi thinks she knows more about having babies than the Pope. Yes, I do. I think any Pope would agree. And what was a blessing to me is not what should be.
Thank you. Well, good evening, everyone. I am very honored to be with you all. President Joe Biden and I talk often about our mutual passion for everything you all do. This is a very exciting moment to join you for the unveiling of the work that you have been laboring on for decades. So to our President Joe Biden, thank you for your leadership around all these issues. Our NASA Administrator Bill Nelson and the Office of Science and Technology Policy Acting Director Dr. Alondra Nelson. Thank you also to our colleagues from across the White House and NASA and everyone else joining us from home. So yes, as